Welcome back to Factful Finance, the channel where we break down the world of money and make it work for you. Have you ever felt like no matter how much you save, your wealth never seems to grow the way you imagined? You're not alone. In fact, according to a study by the Federal Reserve, nearly 40% of Americans don't have enough savings to cover a $400 emergency. So what's the problem? Well, the way we approach building wealth isn't always as simple as it seems. But here's the thing. It can be. Today, I'm going to take you through the simple, practical steps inspired by the latest personal finance trends, and I promise, this is the stuff you can actually put into practice right away. This content is for educational purposes only, and while I'll mention some tools and strategies, none of this is personalized financial advice. Always consult with a certified financial professional before making any decisions. Let's get started with one of the most fundamental steps, budgeting. Now, we've all heard about the typical 50-30-20 rule, right? But here's something you might not know. New trends are showing that traditional budgeting is getting a makeover. The latest shift? Focused, goal-oriented budgeting. Instead of simply tracking what you spend, why not focus on why you're spending? This trend is inspired by financial psychology, and it's all about making your money decisions intentional. When you clearly define your financial goals, whether it's building an emergency fund, paying off debt, or investing for the future, you'll find it easier to align your spending habits with your long-term aspirations. For instance, take Liam. He was stuck in a cycle of saving, but his savings weren't growing as fast as he'd hoped. After adopting goal-based budgeting, Liam realized he had been spending on things that didn't contribute to his goals. He refocused his budget and within a year managed to save $10,000 more than he thought possible. That's the power of making your money work for you. Next, let's talk about investing. If you're looking to build wealth, you've got to invest. But here's the key. It's not just about throwing money into stocks or bonds. It's about smart investing. Right now, one of the hottest trends in wealth building is the use of robo-advisors. These automated platforms use algorithms to help you build a diversified portfolio based on your financial goals, risk tolerance, and time horizon. It's like having a financial advisor in your pocket without the high fees. But what's more exciting is how this trend has evolved. A lot of people are now incorporating alternative investments into their portfolios, things like real estate investment trusts, REITs, or peer-to-peer lending. While stocks and bonds are still important, these alternatives can provide additional income streams and help diversify risk. The trick is to start small and scale as you learn more about the space. I've seen this work wonders for Ava. She started by investing in low-cost index funds, but after a few years, she felt like her returns could be better. She dipped her toes into real estate through a REIT and began seeing returns that far outpaced her traditional investments. That's the magic of diversifying. By spreading out your investments, you mitigate risk and maximize potential returns. You can start with as little as $500 in some cases, so don't let fear hold you back. All right, so now that we're building solid foundations with budgeting and investing, what about debt? Here's where it gets tricky, right? The latest trend in tackling debt is the debt snowball method, made famous by personal finance guru Dave Ramsey. But hold on. There's a new spin on this. Instead of just paying off the smallest balance first, which is effective for motivation, people are now combining this with a more strategic approach, targeting high-interest debt first. Why? Because it saves you more money in the long run. Noah, for example, had credit card debt with an interest rate of 20%. He focused on that high-interest debt before attacking his student loans with lower rates. By doing so, he saved hundreds of dollars on interest over time. Combine this with refinancing options, like consolidating high-interest debts into a lower-rate personal loan, and you're setting yourself up for a quicker path to financial freedom. And here's a pro tip for anyone dealing with student loans. The current trend is to consider loan forgiveness programs, especially if you're working in a public service or nonprofit job. Depending on your profession, there's a chance you can get up to 100% of your loans forgiven. That's not a pipe dream. There are real programs out there backed by the US government and some private entities. Just make sure you're meeting all the eligibility criteria. I know. It all sounds overwhelming. But here's the thing. These trends are designed to make wealth building more accessible, not more complicated. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. Now, I've saved one of the best trends for last: side hustles. Let's face it, building wealth isn't just about cutting back on your expenses, it's also about increasing your income. The rise of the gig economy and remote work opportunities has opened up so many new avenues for making money on the side. Whether it's freelancing, selling digital products, or even starting a small business, there's never been a better time to tap into your entrepreneurial spirit. Amelia, for example, started a small online store selling handmade jewelry while working full-time. Over time, her side hustle grew into a full-time income. And while not everyone wants to quit their day job, the extra cash flow from a side hustle can give you the financial freedom to take bigger steps in your wealth-building journey. Plus, the skills you gain from running your own business can be applied to other areas of your financial life. Before we wrap up, let's quickly review the steps you can take to build your wealth today. 1. Goal-oriented budgeting. Align your spending with your financial goals to build wealth faster. 2. Smart investing. Use robo-advisors and diversify with alternative investments. 3. Strategic debt management. Target high-interest debts first and consider refinancing options. 4. Side hustles. Look for ways to increase your income through freelancing, digital products, or small businesses. Remember, building wealth doesn't require a huge salary or instant success. It's about making smart choices, staying disciplined, and adjusting along the way. So what's your next move? Drop your biggest wealth-building challenge in the comments. I'd love to hear what's holding you back, and I respond to as many as I can. Want to keep this momentum going? Hit subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming tips on building your financial future. If you found this video helpful, you'll love what's coming next. Click the video on screen to dive deeper into more wealth-building strategies. This content is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Always consult a certified financial professional for personalized guidance.